Hello, everyone. We are live, and here is Jason here with
Hello.
me. Woohoo! From Cemetery Road. You guys obviously probably already subscribed to him, but subscribe to him, please. You have to. And
Yes,
I'm just gonna do
please.
some shout outs like I typically do. So we got so we got Rican Havoc in the house. We got Mike B. We've got Karen. Woohoo! Got Aaron. And we got a fellow Canadian exploring Harley. He has some really awesome stuff on his episode on his channel. We got Joe in the house. And we have, did I say Tanya? I'm not sure. Tanya, there we go. Yay.
We got Karen in the house.
Yeah, we got Karen.
Mike B.
B.
Aaron, I saw that you said you weren't going to be able to stick around very long, but it's good to see you.
Yes.
I hope your boyfriend is bringing you good food.
And we've got, okay, I'm trying to think what else. Okay, we got Ron, but he's also behind me, so. Oh, yeah, literally. Chilling in the background.
We got Crow of Judas.
Yeah. Is Crow here?
Yes, he is.
Crow.
Kasara's in the house.
Yes. I'm trying to keep up with everybody here. So we got Crow. We got, Kasara. I saw her. There we go. Oh, Levy. Levy's in Japan right now, guys. Like, for real. I know.
I didn't get the invite. What the heck?
I was like, what the heck? So guys, what's up? How are you guys all doing? How are you doing, Jason?
I'm doing okay. I had a bunch of stuff to do today. I managed to get a good chunk of it done. A lot of cleaning, laundry, just running around, work stuff. But now I'm looking forward to the weekend. I have my trip. I will be leaving on Tuesday, this upcoming Tuesday. So I've got a bunch of stuff I got to get done before then. So it's going to be kind of a busy weekend. But like this live stream, just hanging out with you and all of you guys in the chat, this is kind of like my relaxation time. I get to hang out, have a drink, chit chat with friends, and then like the chaos of the weekend will come.
Yeah, well, that's good. Yeah, I have. This one thing. Yeah, he's going to the suicide forest in a few hours. Like,
you better come back, sir.
Yeah.
Please don't find a dead body.
And don't post it on the internet.
Yeah, and don't post it on the internet either.
Okay, so we got some more people. So we got Clifton in the house. He's awesome. We got David in the house. Here he is. I'm talking very weirdly. I think I said Kindred. I'm not sure, but there's Kindred. We got Bruce in the house. Hello. Yeah, today was like, I didn't know my training at work got canceled, so that was nice. So I didn't really have much. Took the kids to tech, so that was great. Today was very laid back, but I do have a busy weekend coming up because it's our Thanksgiving here in Canada this weekend.
Oh, really?
Yes, it is. Yeah. So we have Sunday. We have family dinner here with Ron's family.
So what do you guys do for Thanksgiving dinner? Like what's the usual menu in Canada?
Oh, typically it's like turkey, stuffing, potatoes, all that kind of stuff.
So the usual, just like us.
Yeah. But this year, I think on Sunday we're doing ham and a huge like roast beef, like a big roast on the grill, the charcoal grill. And then with my parents, we usually we switch it up. Some years we have turkey. Sometimes we deep fry our turkey. That was fun. So yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. So no. And there's Pam. Sorry, I just want to make sure I'm shouting out everybody. If I missed you, Dan text. Oh no. It's not frozen. It might be on your end. You might have to restart.
Yeah,
we got Terry. Yeah, so it's our Thanksgiving is pretty boring. But yeah, every year our family switches things up. One year I think we had like Chinese food for Thanksgiving, so
I like it.
Yeah. No, it's good. So guys, have you guys watched the last episode? Have you watched Jason's episode on Wednesday? And have you watched my episode, guys? What was your favorite part? If you guys have watched it, make sure.
Yeah, in case you didn't watch it, the episode that Cassie just released last night, was her walkthrough, her first time entering the Washoe Club, which was cool. It was kind of cool being able to be the cameraman for you, and kind of like watching you just be like, I'm here. Like it's real. I can like touch the walls and it was fun to explore that area for the first time with you. And so that the episode she released is just that walkthrough, getting the lay of the land, understanding kind of what we're about to get ourselves into. And then in a couple weeks, we'll both be releasing the second episodes of our series where we actually do the investigation. And the cool thing is, we're there with Levy and Kathy and Karen, and Ron is in there. So it's this, I like to, I told everybody at PEX, I'm like, we had this like cool super group of investigators. And so when you watch the episodes, it's going to pretty much be the same investigation because we're all filming at the same time. You just get to see it through the different eyeballs of each investigator, which is pretty stinking cool. I'm looking forward to kind of comparing and contrasting kind of what each of us kind of captured or what we gravitated towards, how we interacted with the building and the location, that kind of stuff. So make sure to, if you're not subscribed to our channels, to Chasing the Darkness, do that right now so that you don't miss out.
Yeah. And I think it's cool too, because like EVPs, like we could get camera audio like from different camera perspectives too. So that's like what's really cool, I think, because like during my walkthrough, there was like freaking EVPs. I was like, what the heck? When I was like a minute in, I was like, what is happening? Like that location.
Yeah.
Because I mean, it's been on my bucket list for at least the last 3 years ish, you know, so to be in there and with you in particular, because I mean, that's where I would have experienced Washoe Club virtually, right? First. I don't know, it was crazy. And then you touring me through it because I would have got lost 100%. Because even in the video, you guys, you probably saw me going like, which way? Oh, that way? No, that way.
We already go here?
And
no, we already went in there, Cassie.
I have very bad, I do have actually a legit like short-term memory issue. So that's part of the issue too. So I don't remember which way I came from. So, but yeah, I just want to say, so we did have Allie just dropped in. I'm not sure. We got Jen in the house. It was awesome that you're here. And she was also at PEX too. So that was really cool meeting her at PEX. A lot of like friggin' amazing people, I tell you, were at the event. Oh, is Sabrina here? See, guys, the chat's like flying. It's so hard to keep up.
I know Karen, my partner with Doof Doof Paranormal. I was watching a movie earlier. She texted me and I was like, oh, I'm watching a movie right now. I was watching Hocus Pocus 2 with the kids. And we watched Hocus Pocus 1 last night. And I've seen a lot of like people complaining about Hocus Pocus 2 because 30 years ago they fell in love with Hocus Pocus and the Sanderson sisters, and there was just no way they were bringing it back without disappointing everybody. And I've seen these hardcore fans of Hocus Pocus just be ultimately disappointed in the movie because they're like, oh, this is just not the same. I found it to be just as good as the original one. I've never been like a Hocus Pocus super fan or anything like that. Yeah. But here's the problem with movies that are made who get a sequel like 30 years after the fact, especially when they're movies made for younger people.
Yeah.
Now these adults, these like 30 to 40-year-olds who are like, when I was a kid, this movie was amazing and I have such fond memories. And they then are given this sequel 30 years later.
Yeah.
And it's still made for kids, and they are not kids. They have grown up, and their tastes have changed, and everything. They're getting the exact same kind of content that they fell in love with, but because they are older and wiser and changed, like it doesn't resonate with them anymore, and they get super upset. But what else? What did you want from it? It's a kids movie. It's a silly Disney movie, and I think they did the exact same thing, or they delivered the exact same kind of feel with each movie. So my kids liked it. My little one, he thought it was great. He wants part 3 to hurry up and come out. I thought it was perfectly fine. Kept my attention for the hour and a half or whatever. So there you go. That's my quick and honest review of Hocus Pocus 2.
That's awesome. I really value that because you're like a movie buff. But like I haven't seen Hocus Pocus 2, so I have to. We just need like a weekend with the kids, like probably next weekend because this weekend's way too busy. But I just want to say a shout out to Terry, who just sent a PayPal donation. Thank you so much. That really helps go towards all my investigations because we've got some crazy ones happening. So
yeah, we've got plans, guys.
Guys, just be on the lookout. It's gonna be freaking.
So you know we're not being fake when we're like, oh, the investigating with you was so great. We had a great time. Like, we know we're not kidding because we're planning more.
Exactly.
Otherwise, it would have been like, it was really fun. Yeah. See you later. Bye.
Yeah. See you later. No, we're gonna see each other in like 6 months again, or actually sooner. Yeah, actually.
I'll see you in like 2.5 weeks or something like that.
Yep.
Yeah, we won't be investigating, no. But I'm gonna come hang out for maybe a day, say hi, maybe make you take me to a cemetery or two.
Maybe I've got someone. Well, definitely one in mind, Drummond Hill, but you already had that in mind, so.
Yep, it's already on the list. The cool thing is, I mentioned this on one of my live streams. I got this book, 199 Cemeteries to See Before You Die. There are cemeteries all over the world. The road trip I'm going on, takes me past at least 3 of these cemeteries. Good. And then I'm going to the Boston area this next week, and I'll be able to hit like 3 other ones. So I've already started checking off cemeteries on this book, guys. It's pretty awesome.
That is wicked. Okay, I just want to say,
Allie says, I love that book. That's right.
That's a really good book. I probably should get it too. That'd be awesome. I did see someone. Oh, so Brian W is actually Jill. So she's in the chat. So I want to say hi to her. And guys, if you ask any questions, also guys, feel free to ask lots of questions. If I miss something, because this chat is really fast and I'm not used to this. So this is pretty awesome. Just keep repeating the question, or maybe bold it, or like, I don't know, do something. I don't know. Do a dance, but I won't be able to see a dance. So but yeah, I'm really excited though for like in 2 weeks to release the next episode, because like I was just briefly looking through it and I was like, holy crap, like everything. And then the poker room, I'm pretty excited. I don't want to give anything away, but that one was pretty crazy.
I'm planning on doing a little bit of editing this weekend on that episode. So next week on Cemetery Road, I'll be releasing a new cemetery episode. And then the week after will be part 2 of the Washoe Club. And then the week after that, another cemetery episode. And then because normally I would have just released one a week, but I want to stay on schedule with Cassie. Thank you. And I think that works out. You'll get a little bit of cemetery and a little bit of haunted place, and it's a good balance.
Yeah.
Plus, I have an investigation I did solo that I'm going to edit up and possibly release as a Halloween night treat. So,
I think I know.
So after you're done trick or treating or handing out candy or whatever, there'll be a little Cemetery Road solo investigation on that night. So we'll see how that works out for me.
That's awesome. So Harley had a good question for me. Harley, what was the atmosphere energy wise in the Washoe Club? What did you feel like there?
It was not as like ominous as the first time I ever went in there. It felt comfortable to me, but I don't know if that's just because I've been there before and I just had an understanding of the location. The idea of it being a mystery kind of had worn off. Yeah. But me and Karen during, you'll see that in episode 3 of my Washoe Club investigation, we had experiences that left us a little uneasy, not scared that something bad was there or going to happen, but there was definitely a shift in the mood of the location, the energy of the location, when it was just me and her wandering around, as opposed to all of us together. Yeah. Now there were things happening while we were all together and it kind of changed a little bit, but it was more excitement. And I think maybe that was because we were all excited and I was just feeding off of that. Yeah. But I would say definitely in the location for that night, it shifted a little bit here and there.
Yeah. Yeah, I think too, because I mean, obviously, guys, this is my first time ever there, so I wasn't really knowing what to expect or what to feel. Because I also like knew a brief amount of history, but not really a lot. So I think that was kind of interesting going into like that perspective. But I never felt like I was scared. I just felt like turned around a lot, but that was also because of the size of the place. But I felt like it was a completely different. It wasn't bad. I don't know. It kind of felt heavy in areas. not that I'm going to hint towards Mackie, but Mackie was a completely different energy than Washoe. Like those were two different, like different feels. So
I was more on edge with Mackie Mansion than I
yes.
was at the Washoe Club.
Yeah, it was 100%. So those ones I'm really excited about to release too. But like Washoe though, I never had so many disembodied voices in my life. And not that I investigated for that long, like for, you know what I mean? Like only a year and a half, but like holy smokes. And the fact that we caught so many EVPs too was pretty awesome. But I do quickly want to say hi to Laws from Oz. Hello. Also, I did see Kimber in here. Hey, Kimber. I don't think I showed you earlier. But yeah, definitely the energy there was definitely different than I was expecting. I don't know. I thought it was supposed to be a little bit scarier, but it wasn't.
Warrior Spirit says that she had her hair stroked while there, and a lady of the night followed my son. He could smell her perfume as he walked around. There was definitely an experience where me and Karen smelled like an aroma in the air that wasn't there previously, a flowery kind of sweeter smell. But I've been in locations where it feels like somebody like touches your hair, touches your, brushes your hair in a way that doesn't feel like maybe a bug or maybe a spider web went through it, but like human fingers like brush your head. So that always will put you on edge.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think in the Washoe I felt like I got touched at all. But yeah.
I don't believe I did.
Yeah, it was just mostly hearing things for me there. So I think Blake. Oh yeah, Blake is here. Hey Blake. Also fellow Canadian.
Also a flub flub.
He's also a flub flub.
That's Canadian for cool person.
I have to get out to BC though, because that's still. Though I did find some really cheap plane flights to come out that way. So normally it's $1 billion to fly out east or east.
$1 billion.
West. $1 billion to fly out west.
Probably because you're flying east. You have to go all the way around to get to where you're going.
Jeez,
they charge extra for that.
My brain, I tell you.
I want to shout out Joe, Entity 7 Paranormal. If you haven't checked out his channel, he just released like an hour-long, like this was my experience at PEX video, where he's got basically it's a highlight reel that he created. Go check that out. He just released that tonight. It was a good watch.
Yeah. It was really good. I felt so emotional watching it, and then all the memories were coming back, and it was so great. And the B-roll, like in the drone footage, was pretty awesome. Speaking of which, I'm gonna grab something. You can take charge.
Is it Ron? Are you gonna grab Ron? It's not that kind of live stream, Cassie. No. You can see Canadian bacon way in the background.
Full thruple.
Yeah.
So I have something pretty cool. Oh, by the way, guys, I don't know if you saw my shirt. So
Children of the Crow.
Children of the Crow. Represent Crow. But I got something really cool from Jason in the mail. And I'm going to test it out this weekend, hopefully. Guys, this is pretty cool. I'm pretty excited. I have my own drone. Yeah. Thank you, Jason.
No problem.
I'm pretty excited, guys. My B-roll is going to go up a notch, I tell you.
Hopefully. Or it's going to crash and burn.
But literally up,
Yeah, I would just take it to a nice open area, no trees, no power lines or anything. Send it up not too high, just a few feet above you kind of thing. And just play with the controls a little bit, just a little bit at a time. The muscle memory is what's going to save your life.
Okay.
And that's the thing you got to work on the most. And then the rest of it kind of takes care of itself. You can easily get the shots you need with minimal kind of work. So you can get your ups and downs and, strafing kind of like side to side thing. And then you can do a quick circle of a location. And that's all you really need for the drone footage for the stuff we do.
Yeah, I'm pretty excited. I mean, our backyard, though, we have like a field because they tore it down because initially it was supposed to be, we thought it was ours. Long story. Anyways, development, but they haven't developed. So we had this whole back area. So pretty excited.
Yep.
To try it out. And Karen, not after the camera.
No, see. Ron's not allowed to touch the drone. He dropped the camera. That's it. No.
I don't know. I'm gonna be so nervous to drive this drone or fly it, but I'll be okay.
I'm a crane operator. I think I can handle a drone.
I don't know if you heard that.
Maybe.
He's a crane operator, so he can probably handle it, but I don't know.
The drone I'm currently using, it's my quote unquote old drone, the one I crashed into a building. But that one was given to me by a friend who bought it and literally flew it one time and was like, nah, not for me, whatever. So he's like, do you want it? And I was like, yeah, I'll always take a backup drone. Why not? And then you said you didn't have a drone. So I was like, well, how about I send you this one? You can fly it around, get used to it, because a drone is it's not a ton of money. Like it's not like you're going to drop 10 grand on it, but that drone is probably like $500. That's a big commitment. That's like literally a location. Like you're sacrificing a location to get something to film with. And if you try that drone out and you're just like, I just can't, it's not working for me. Like whatever it is, it's just not working for me. You've saved $500. And I felt like if I have a drone just sitting here, might as well get some use out of it and allow you to at least decide if you want a drone for a while. So you can borrow that for a few months, make some use out of it, and we'll figure out the next step later.
Yeah, no, I really, really appreciate that, because like, who knows?
Jason's awesome.
I don't know if
I try.
Yeah, because I would like. Well, he was like, I don't know if you were iffy, but it's not a lot of money, like you said. That's why I was like, I just haven't bit the bullet, right? So pretty happy.
Yeah. It's the drone. I did not anticipate getting a drone when I started Cemetery Road. I'm like, nah. Yeah. I'm going to shoot on my phone, keep it straight and simple. Like I don't need a drone. I don't need to add that extra level or whatever. But I did. Like the drone footage is great to give a really good bird's eye view of your location. So when I'm in a cemetery, it's cool to showcase where I'm at, the surrounding areas. If I'm in a cemetery that's got like big hills, or if it's spread out super far, it's best to just show you that. I can tell you that, but until you see it, you don't really get that kind of scope. And especially during these investigations, if you want to be like, here's where we are, the Washoe Club. It's so much better just to see the Washoe Club, where it's at, what kind of state it's in, how big is it compared to a car on the street. The drone, I think it's one of those tools in filmmaking that just the second you add drone footage to your project, even if it's just a simple, just pulling away shot or something like that, the production value on your video is increased tenfold.
Yeah, no, I agree. I mean, I loved how I was able to use your drone footage for the Washoe, because I was like, like my first time I was able to do that. So, and we have actually a location coming up that we're going to investigate in November, which I'm really excited to try it out, because it's a huge mansion, right? Like it's a museum, but it's a mansion. So that'll be like freaking epic. It's like on 3 acres of land, and it'd be really awesome. So, but we do have a lot of people who just jumped in. Sorry, guys, if I haven't shouted you out, but thank you for being here. The DJI, that's what this is, isn't it, Jason?
It's a DJI Mini, Mavic Mini.
Okay. Yeah, that's what that drone is. So, yeah, I can't wait to try it out.
And then I'm using the next step up, the Magic Mini 2. I know there's a 3. Exploring with Harley says that there's a 3. I'll use this one until it crashes into the ground and I can't fix it again, because it gets me exactly what I need. I don't need to spend more money on anything that when this one's working perfectly fine.
Yeah, it makes sense. Oh, Randa, thank you. Love you too.
Yeah, Randa, the taco.
The taco. This is like literally just like a big, huge family reunion. I swear, I love it. Laws. That's a pretty company. Insurance company.
Yeah, no kidding. When you start getting into major locations, They actually require like insurance to film at their locations. So, you know, you gotta grow if you're looking to go and investigate those types of locations. At that point, you're looking at basically starting a business, getting insurance, getting a like LLC, business license, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
A bank account. Like it stops being a hobby at that point.
Yeah. I mean, there's a couple locations that would be pretty epic, but they're just a little bit out of my price range right now.
Yeah.
In particular. So, oh my gosh, Karen. Dress up a drone.
Not necessarily these ones.
No.
The thing is, you don't want to throw off the balance of the drone. I know guys who like literally just put like a couple stickers on their drone and couldn't figure out why it was just not controlling as smoothly as it used to. Even just a tiny bit of balance off on one end or another really throws the thing off.
That's good to know. I didn't know that. Not that I would put a sticker on it, but
I want to.
Crazy.
I want to put stickers on my stuff so bad.
Oh. Okay, I'm just looking at all the chat, guys. Sorry. The chat's like moving. So whoops, let's set that down. So Kasara is asking how you're doing, Jason.
I'm doing just fine.
Yeah.
Looking forward to my trip.
So what cities are you going to be hitting up mostly? Or you can't say?
I prefer not to say.
Okay.
And that's mostly just me being like, I just don't want people tracking me down. You got to be safe when you're putting yourself on the internet. You know, you don't tell people where you live. You don't tell them where you're going until after you've been there. But I'm going to some cool place. I'll be in Boston for a few days and the surrounding areas. I'm looking forward to getting some photos done. I think most of my plan is I've been saying I want to put out a calendar for like 2 years now. This trip, I feel like is going to be the trip where I get the calendar shots. That's my plan. And because I really have to start moving if I want to get a calendar produced in order to start selling it to people in the next couple months. And I've got pretty much everything laid out. I have a plan. I have a where I'm going to get it printed, all that kind of stuff. I just literally need 12 photos. And I've got a couple already that I really want to use, but this trip will allow me to really nail down some images that I've had in my head for a while. And so there's that. And then I'm going to the East Coast during fall when the leaves are changing, and it's going to be awesome. And all the spooky stuff is out. Everybody's getting ready for Halloween. It's going to be a great.
Yeah. I love it when the colors start changing, like just at that prime time. So
Rican says, Jason, are you driving or flying? I am flying out to the Boston area, the East Coast, and I will fly out there, meet up with friends, and then we will be driving everywhere. And then when I come back, literally I'm back home for like a day, and then I jump in Falcor and I go off for about a week, little over a week, just by myself in Falcor, up to Wisconsin, up into Canada, go see Ron and Cassie. I'm going to drop down into the New York State area, and then I'm just going to kind of make my way back home and hit as many cool cemeteries as I can while doing it.
That's awesome. That sounds pretty epic. We did like a road trip 6 years ago to Utah. So we went through 16 different states because we did like a loop. Because we originally drove through Illinois and through Chicago. Never, ever again. That was insane traffic. So when we came home, we went through Ohio and up through like Pennsylvania and New York. So, but we saw like Mount Rushmore. We did all like the American, like, you know, like national.
Rican Havas says, toss a rock over New Jersey when you fly over. All right. I'm actually landing when I go to Boston. I'm flying into Jersey. I'm flying into Newark, and then making my way. So I'll touch down in Jersey and then I'll quickly pop out.
You can throw a rock. Yeah, so Tarnia said it would have nice headstones from Virginia City.
Yeah, I didn't take any real photos when we were there for PEX, but I've been to the Silver Terrace Cemetery multiple times. I've got some cool photos from there too.
Mm.
The calendar will be kind of a mix between what I get on this trip and some of my favorite shots that I've gotten over the last couple of years. Probably maybe a Scotland photo here or there. I need time to sit. Like I need a day. I just need a day where I can sit in front of my computer and go through the photos. I've already got like 3 in mind that I know I want to use. But I just have to kind of just cull it down to my absolute favorites. And that may seem like, oh, it should be easy, right?
Mm.
Like I literally just took all the photos off my phone, guys. It was, and I do this every few months. I took off like 12,000 photos off my phone just to get them off my phone. I still got about 3,000 left on here.
Holy.
I have a lot of photos to go through. Now, granted, those weren't all cemetery photos, but a good chunk of them were.
Oh, that's crazy. I just want to shout out Jared, so Pasadena Paranormal. He's in the chat. So Brent from there too. Trying to think what else I missed anybody. But how will we be able to buy these calendars? Like, is it like you'll have and then you'll mail out?
I have no idea.
Oh, okay.
I haven't quite figured them out. There's not going to be that many of them. I think, where did I put? I have a note somewhere. I think I'm only going to produce 50 calendars. I feel like that's enough for the people who would want to buy calendars. I think the calendars will be like $20. And I don't know how I'm going to sell them quite yet.
Okay.
It may literally just be a calendar live stream. And the first 50 people to send me $20 get the calendar, and then like we have to cut it off. But the problem with that is like, okay, what happens if you get your 50, but like 10 other people, like, do you just return the money? Which I guess I could. I can easily I think there's a button on PayPal or whatever, just like return or refund or whatever. But I think that'll be kind of it. Or if I get enough people who are after the 50 who are like, I still want a calendar, then I could possibly produce more, but I couldn't guarantee they would be here before like January.
Yeah. Kind of like your books, right? Like that you made? Was it kind of the same idea?
The books. And I made a few books, and then like literally it was they were mostly just given away because I didn't have a way to sell them. So they were given to people who did like $100 donations in a pack, like a prize pack, like Tarnia and Sass got. Or when I went to PEX, the last PEX, you could buy them from me, like straight up from me for $20. I gave them away to a lot of people who helped me out. So yeah, it's just, I don't have like an online store, and I don't have the money to like create an online store that people can do all of that. So honestly, these things are just like limited edition type stuff.
Yeah, that's really awesome. Karen just asked about Redbubble. Redbubble doesn't, I believe.
They don't, but the ones I'm going through, it's just like a bit higher quality of what you would get through like a Redbubble type situation.
Yeah, I was trying to like play around with Redbubble for some of this stuff because I wanted, like you were talking about, like the sticker mule, but I was like looking at like to make keychains and stuff, but Redbubble doesn't do that, so that kind of sucks. Because it'd be nice and easy, but.
Aaron says, I've always wanted one of those books. Did you not have one, Aaron? I thought you did. Well, honestly, I don't have one. I gave my copy away.
Oh, no.
So I've actually got to order more. And I think when I do volume 2, which I'm almost kind of set on the 30 photos that are needed for volume 2, I might do a short, another run of volume 1 to get to people. So just remind me, Aaron, and I'll let you know when I have those. Yeah, the unfortunate part about the books is they are very expensive. They're kind of pricey to produce a bunch of them, unfortunately. So like that's why I only do like little bits at a time. So to get like 20 of them, it costs like $150 some odd.
Holy moly.
Yeah.
That's a lot. Exploring Harley. Okay, so I have just recent great news I want to share to come and do. Okay, he's in Quebec, so that's pretty cool. Yes, you can, Harley. Tell us. I'm very interested. Guys, if I miss comments, you like keep repeating or so. And I really feel like I'm going
looking to
blind.
Printify. That's who I use for our merch. Lots of options.
Okay,
that's the cool thing is there's a lot of way for us to create merchandise for people where it's just we don't have to do anything but design something.
Mm-hmm.
We design a look, a logo, or whatever, and there's so many options for us to go out and put that logo on a thing, and that's it. We don't have to worry about it anymore. Another company creates it, they send it out, they deal with everything else, and we get a little kickback from that kind of stuff. And that's cool because it's as small as it is, it's not going to break the bank or anything like that. In terms of money that comes back to us, but it allows you guys to get something that's got our logo on it or something. And that way, when you're out in the world and they're like, what's Weeping Willow Paranormal? What's Cemetery Road? What's all that about?
Mm-hmm.
You're literally just walking billboards and you're supporting our show every time you wear that thing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And I had someone from Australia order some merch from yesterday. I don't know exactly who it was because this is Australia, but thank you, whoever is in Australia. There's a lot of Australians in chat actually. So
DJ Bombshell says, whereas I make Paravibes stuff by hand. You can do it that way too. I just don't have time.
I don't have the patience or time. It's too crazy with my life right now.
Kindred says, with Printify, you can set your own prices too. You can do that with Redbubble and Teespring and stuff like that. They give you like a base price, and then you can make it lower or higher as much as you want. You make it lower than their base price. It just means you're basically not going to make any sort of a profit off of it.
So,
now I think I'm boring everybody because I'm just like, let's talk business.
It was interesting. The Quebec Citadel. Okay, I don't know much about that, but that sounds pretty epic. But Sabrina obviously knows what that is, so that's pretty freaking awesome.
Aaron says, Jason, people ask me all the time what my Taffophile hat is. That's pretty awesome.
Yeah. I actually have a crow shirt that says, I'm so confused. Something about being confused. And I get so many people ask me, what the heck is that? So.
Lost from Oslo. My sister ordered from you yesterday from Australia. There you go.
I'm very appreciative. Thank you. I've only had 3 sales on my merch store. So I'm like, yes.
I don't get a whole lot of sales on my merch, and that's fine. Like I don't really push it all that much. But every time I see a thing from Redbubble, it's like somebody bought your thing. I was like, all right, that's pretty cool.
I know. I love it. I like anything like that is always makes me very happy. That's why I was so surprised when I saw it, because I literally have only had 3 people buy something from me in a year and a half. So
well, now I'm gonna have to order something from you too.
No, that's okay.
Karen says she needs a "I can feel it in my boobs" t-shirt.
Oh my gosh.
That's an inside joke at this point. But the point was, we were hanging out with Karen in a kind of loud. We were at the Washoe Club in the bar, and it was kind of loud and whatever. And we were all tired. And I said to her something, and she's just like, "We're getting a weird vibe in here, or whatever." She said, "I can feel it in my bones." But because of the loudness and her accent and just me not only half paying attention, I honestly thought she said, "I can feel it in my boobs," which I took to be like a weird Australian saying. So I started laughing because I was like in mid-drink when she said it. I started laughing. She probably thought I was being an idiot because she's like, "Why are you laughing at that? Whatever." And it wasn't until later, like maybe even the next day, that it was clarified what she said and then what I thought she said.
Yeah. But I also heard that too, though. So it wasn't just you.
Yeah, it wasn't just me.
And
it's
Ron
not like I
said
had boobs on the brain or anything. It's just like, but now I told her, like, you have to go back to Australia and just make that part of your lingo and
Yeah.
just explain to people, no, that's what the Americans say all the time. Yeah. That's their thing.
Oh, Brent, yay. Thank you, Brent. Ordered a mug. Those mugs from Redbubble are really good quality, I just have to say.
Nice.
Mine has not been like wrecked or anything, and I've had it for a while. So, okay, Lost Rods. Okay, so my hair and face, which I was like, when I got that comment in the Redbubble order, I was like, I don't know what you're talking about because I've never intentional, but you can actually see a face in how my sister designed the logo. So that's very weird, but it was never intentional. You guys have to look at it very closely. It does look like a face, but that was not intentional. So that's pretty cool.
Warrior Spirit says, where can I get a button for Cemetery Road? Unfortunately, the buttons that I have are like literally I got sitting on a shelf right here. Like I could send you one. Just send me an email. thecemeteryroad@gmail.com. I'll send one or two out to you. Yes. Doof Doof Paranormal shirt. It'll be Doof Doof Paranormal, and on the back in quotes, because that's what I do. I can feel it in my boobs.
Oh my gosh, yeah. That's pretty funny.
Absolutely.
A demo for you. What was she talking about?
I
missed
think
something.
she's talking about a t-shirt.
Oh, maybe. That's pretty funny. So you guys have any more questions about like the Washoe Club or our trip to Virginia City? Because it was my very first time ever being out that way. Other than going, like I said, I was in Tahoe, but that was a whole different experience. This one was like literally life-changing, guys. Like especially for Ron back there. He like blew him away. And now he actually wants to go on investigations. Because before he was a little bit like, I don't know, you can go with Reese, just have fun. And now it's like, oh, I want to come along now. So
well, and see, like we've got Cemetery Road Investigations, which is a father and son team. Mm-hmm. And then we have Weeping Willow, which is a husband and wife team.
Yeah. And Reese,
when we all join forces with a weirdo from Australia, we become Doof Doof Paranormal. It's like Voltron, guys. How was that again?
Voltron imitation.
That's the sound effect. We'll record that. We'll put it in the episode.
I'm trying to think that I missed anything else. Yeah, it was funny because I had booked the one location in November and I booked it on like a weekdays. I'm like, Ron can't come to that, but that's okay. So I was like, me and Reese, but then he's like, I'm coming along, but I have to like go home like at midnight or whatever. Yeah. So he's definitely, guys, he's like on fire for the paranormal.
I mean, once you start doing it, you kind of get hooked.
Yeah. And the thing is, like, not every time, like Virginia City was a little bit abnormal for the amount of activities that we got, because I've been at places and it's been like pretty much almost nothing, maybe here and there. A lot of places just been here and there, like a little bit of stuff. But so Virginia City was like completely different, like whole other ball game.
Yeah. So. I mean, I think you've been spoiled, Ron, for starting out in Virginia City, because not every location is that cool.
Yeah, no. Like I was blown away. It was just insane. Like Mackie though topped Washoe for me by just a wee bit, but I'm not gonna spoil anything. I mean, some people know what I'm talking about, but Mackie's was like freaking crazy. That was also my bucket list too, because that was my very first experience investigating, really. I mean, virtually, but.
Mm-hmm. That was cool too, to be able to go to Mackie Mansion with you, because I remember you being on like a iPad screen or a computer screen, doing a virtual investigation of that location, doing EVPs like on the stairs with you on the computer, and then to have you doing a sensory deprivation session on the stairs. Yeah, it was pretty weird. It was pretty like it's very surreal to have that happen at that location.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that was awesome. Like that place, like we were there for so many hours too. I don't know. It was great.
We left when the sun was coming up, guys.
And the roosters were crowing, literally. Mm-hmm. I actually thought it was a person's scream, and I was like, oh no. But then it turned out to be roosters. So
yeah. I can't wait for those episodes to come out. I want to say more about it, but I don't want to spoil anything.
Yeah.
That was a great night.
Yeah. Joe's pretty right here. Has a fever. The only cure is more paranormal investigation. So those are definitely coming up. I mean, we've got a lot, like at least for me, because I only release every other week, just because I know I wouldn't be able to keep up with the schedule of releasing every week because investigations cost money and time. So I just knew I couldn't keep up.
The
with
more you can stretch out your videos, the better.
Yeah, and I mean with Washoe, it's at least 3 episodes. So that'll bring me into November. The Mackies will bring me into I think the beginning of December, and then we have the one in November investigation that we're going. So lots of stuff coming up, but yeah, and then the spring is gonna be freaking epic. I cannot wait. Oh, Ron, don't give anything away. I guess he didn't really reference anything. So
what'd he say?
Oh, Ron said her face, but we know that reference. Karen, 2 roosters, a lot of hens. Yeah. Karen and her animals, she had a little like Snow White with all her animals feeding all the things. Though, guys, Karen, I also want to give a huge shout out to Karen, because if it wasn't for Karen, we would not have investigated the Washoe Club or Mackie Mansion. Just saying. She was a huge supporter of that and us, and she's a freaking awesome investigator too for never investigating too. So it was really cool.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And I cannot wait for next year, in 6 months, roughly.
Hopefully. I'm a little distracted. Hold on 1 second. I'm on my phone. I'm terrible. I'm a terrible friend right now.
Horrible. No, I'm just
kidding. What else? What else you guys chit-chatting about over there?
There's not really much about food, which is abnormal. Usually there's a food conversation happening.
I know.
Or ketchup chips we talk about. Oh, yeah. So, Joe, I'm going to have to, yeah. I mean, that's the thing, paranormal is so expensive, so it's really hard to get into places, so. But I was able to do, I'm pretty sure Levy, actually, with this mansion episode that's coming up in November, he's potentially flying in to collab with me for that one, so that will definitely help out. And it's awesome. Levy's a freaking awesome investigator, and he's in Japan right now. Holy crap!
I know. I'm not jealous though. It's fine.
I was like, what in the heck? What? Oh, I know. 6 months, literally. I'm like, it's gonna die. At my work, I'm already I've already warned my work kind of. I'm like, I don't know when, but I'm going away. So, the Old Angel Inn. I wish. I'm not on. I don't know if you saw that, Jason. It was mention my name and then get discount. No, it won't happen. But
they're gonna be like, you can't stay here.
Who? I'm like, who are we talking about? No, they're Old Angel Inn, guys. If you ever want to, it was very weird because the very first time we were at Old Angel Inn, we almost got nothing paranormal evidence. I mean, that happens, right? But also, I don't know if it was because I was brand new in investigating or what. But when I was just there with Paranormal XP in August, we got so much evidence. So it's really hard to say. But if you want to go there and stay there, the pub food is delicious, so good. And the stay is really nice. The beds are comfortable too. So, yes, exactly, Harley. Our community is freaking awesome. I feel it's a huge, huge family.
Queen of Far, Far Away says, "Hi guys, hi Cassie, Jason just popped in to say hi."
Hi, Els.
We appreciate it. It's a Friday night. You guys could be doing so many cool things, and you decided to hang out with us, and I appreciate it.
I do too.
I was distracted by my phone because I had to make sure that I get me one of them Weeping Willow Paranormal t-shirts, so I got mine on the way. Boom.
Oh, thank you. I didn't mean for everyone. I wasn't I only sold 3 things. I didn't mean for everyone to go buy merch. I was just saying.
I need to. You were wearing a Cemetery Road t-shirt on our trip. I need to represent. If I could get it fast enough that I could wear it while I come visit you, I would. But it's probably not going to be here then. But maybe it will. Redbubble's pretty quick.
They actually, I've had stuff arrive within a week. So, but I haven't seen Els. So Queen from Far, Far Away is Els. I haven't seen her in forever. So thank you for joining. Oh, there's Levy again dropping in from Japan.
He's like, I found a body.
Levy, when are you going to be there? You said a couple hours in the forest? Like, that's insane to me. Oh my gosh. Scotland? I would die to go to Scotland.
I want to go back to Edinburgh so bad.
Oh,
maybe I should
I've never been, but like, I would die.
Let's go by myself. Why not?
I don't know. I want to go to Loch Ness. Like, I don't know. I want to do like the typical touristy things.
It's fun.
I just love that, all that, and all the castles and stuff, and just the amount of investigations. Like, I don't know. It would be so awesome.
Yep.
Yeah, I agree, Brent. The time it takes to investigate, review, and put together videos. Yeah, like I don't know, like it's a lot.
Daunting to a degree. Like looking back or looking to going through all the footage that we've gotten on it just from PEX itself is you're just like, ugh.
Yeah.
Like, okay, here we go. Like you have to steel yourself and just jump right into the footage and all that kind of stuff because it takes a lot of time, a lot of effort, a lot of energy, and guaranteed, like once you're done, it's encoded, it's out of your hair and it's up online. You'll probably miss something.
I know, actually, Levy caught something I missed, so I reviewed it, but he told me to download a different like not a sound program, but like a listening thing. So I have to, I don't know, I have to like review it. But there's like things you do miss. That's why I said like I was like, make sure you guys like, you know, timestamp stuff if I miss things. But I don't know. It was just funny because when I dropped all the footage in the editing, because I wanted to get some like images of like for my intro, so I just dropped all the evidence down, and it was like 2.5, almost 3 hours of evidence, and I was like, holy crap! I'm like, I have to go through all of this, and then like it's funny go like when you first start, you're like, okay, I got to do this, and then you're like, I don't know if it's gonna work out, but then it happens, and it feels good at the end. So,
yeah, definitely. And if you're watching either one of our channel's videos, if you think you caught something that we missed, just put it in the comments. Time code it. We will review it. We'll check it out. And sometimes people are like, "Oh, I saw this thing," and sometimes we can explain it away. Be like, "Oh, no, that's not what you thought it was," or the sound you heard was like just my foot scraping. Like I remember that or whatever. But then there's times where it's just like I did not notice that when I was doing the episode. That's definitely somebody saying like, "Hello."
Yeah.
Okay, let's do it.
Yeah. I know. And the one that, if you guys had watched my last episode too, like where I said like in the room part, like that one, I wasn't 100% clear. What did you think, Jason, what you heard? Was it like in room or in here?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah. And that's the thing. That's where like Levy heard something different. So that's what it's so hard because you're listening over and over and over again. So it almost like changes too. So I like, like it's great to have another person's perspective, right? On hearing what they hear. So, oh my gosh, Kindred just designed a Doof Doof logo.
Yeah, send it my way.
Yes, email
the cemetery road at gmail.com. I'll take a look at it.
Yeah.
I have an idea for a Doof Doof logo. But I'll take whatever.
I wish I was like artistic like that. My sister designed my logo, so I do not take credit for that at all. So
listen, my Cemetery Road logo is very simple. Like I didn't have to think too hard on that one.
No, but it's really cool. Like I wouldn't even know where to start with that. Like I don't know.
Exploring Harley says just bought a mug. So now there's a Weeping Willow mug out there in the world again.
Thank you. I just actually got some emails. I should probably look at them.
Yeah, they'll probably be like, "Hey, someone ordered your crap."
1, 2, 3. There's 3 sales. Guys.
Ron says, "I like the Stranger Things logo." Yeah, I had to. It's probably my favorite logo. And if it wasn't like a ripoff of like a movie logo kind of thing, I would totally just make that my logo. It's so cool.
Yeah.
But I like my road sign logo. I'm good. I got too much merch now.
Yeah, no, that's really, really cool. A Doof theme song. I have actually your Cemetery Road sticker.
Nice. That's a good looking sticker.
Jeez, so there we go. So I have it's my iPad case, so I have like all my stickers on it. So
I like it.
Oh, bye, Sabrina. Thank you for joining.
Bye.
Yeah, and I have the Stranger Things logo one version in a T-shirt too. So I have.
Me too.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. And then I have like the normal sweatshirt, and also I have it in a T-shirt. But the T-shirt I bought like a long time ago.
Yeah, I need to get a couple extra. Like I need to get like a hoodie or something that's got my logo on it.
Yeah.
I need to order some new patches. I only got like 2 or 3 left.
I have one of yours, but I don't know where to put it because I don't want to put it on something. Like I have to figure out where to put it. That's
yeah, I need to put it on like a hoodie or something, or a hat, or what do you call
I
them?
don't wear hats. So.
A toque.
A toque. Actually, that's a good idea. It's a very good idea, actually, because winter is coming. I do wear toques. I just don't wear normal ball caps or anything. Ron wears hats.
Ron wears hats.
He does. He has a lot of hats.
Yes, he does. I learned that.
He did? He has like so many hats. It's crazy.
I know, because when we were in that like shop looking for like a sweater for him, you were like, you don't need another hat.
Yeah.
He's got so many hats.
Yeah. What's a toque?
Toque is a beanie, like a sweatshirt for your head.
Yeah. Winter is coming. I guess that was like a Game of Thrones reference without realizing it.
That's right.
Socks would be cool. Does Redbubble make socks?
I think so.
Yeah. I know that sometimes like I was looking at some of the cool things, but how the logo they put on like a backpack is weird. Or
yeah.
So I'm like,
that's one of those things that you have to design a logo or an image with that specific thing in mind.
Yeah.
Doing t-shirts is easy. It's just like put it here, put the
Yeah.
t-shirt there. But for any of the other stuff, it's like, I have to design a logo that specifically is for that item and that item only.
Yeah, I can't get my sister to do that. So
I don't know if there's a bucket hat laws. I'm not sure.
There's normal hats for sure, but I don't know about a bucket hat. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Man, it's up.
Karen and Ron almost got picked up. Probably for dinner.
Pack? Yeah. Oh yeah.
I would totally do a Cemetery Road fanny pack. Absolutely.
Yeah.
I can keep my stone cleaning crap in there.
Oh my gosh, that would be awesome.
And stuff.
I don't know if they have. Maybe I don't think they have.
They might. I'm not sure.
I can't remember. I was just looking at it today. I was trying to play around with it. Oh, Raquel or Rick. I don't know. Sure, but awesome. Hello. It's okay. We're literally it's like a question and answer fun period.
Yeah, we're just chilling. We're just chilling, guys. I got nothing else to do.
Yeah, nor
not
do
that that's like, well, I got nothing else to do. I guess I'll hang out with
I know.
Cassie.
Thanks, Jason. See you later. No. What was I say? You guys any more questions, or you have any weird questions, or could be literally about anything?
Says, fanny is something very different here in Australia. We call them bum bags.
Yeah.
Well, now I need to know, what's a fanny? What do you guys consider fanny?
I know this.
Oh, no.
Fanny. Think girls.
Good to know. Did some of you guys investigate some of the graveyards over in Virginia City? I don't think anybody did any investigations per se of the cemeteries, but I think we all at some point made it over to the cemeteries to walk around. They're very protective of, especially the Silver Terrace Cemetery. Yeah. So if you go in there at night, within 10 minutes, 5 minutes, the sheriff will be there to escort you out and give you a ticket.
Yeah. I mean, that was beautiful there.
Karen,
walking.
Calm down.
Brent has a question. Each of your ITC device. I'm not 100%. Do you mean apps? Is that what you call? I'm like very a newbie when it comes to like the tech side of paranormal. I just know what I have. So is it I believe apps? Because I do use Spirit Talker, and I used to use Paraless a lot, but I like Spirit Talker a little bit better. Not that I put a lot of stock into apps necessarily, but I like to use it with other equipment. So, but I'm almost positive that's what ITC.
Okay, I understand what the fanny is now, guys. You can calm down.
Oh, okay. Favorite communication device. What's your favorite, Jason?
Communication device. I love me an EVP. In terms of like technology, if you want to talk technology, like spirit boxes or obelisks or anything like that, I would lean more towards an obelisk. But honestly, I'm on this idea that I don't trust anything, which is good. You should have a little bit of untrust in all this kind of stuff. I think EVPs are kind of the thing I will trust the most. It's not as sexy or as flashy as the other devices that will talk to you or light up or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I think I'm just gonna have to go with my gut and just be like EVPs or my own two ears. That'll be kind of what I go with.
Yeah, I've not had a heck of a lot of luck with like using a digital recorder for investigations. Like sometimes, like when we were at Washoe, we did. Not that I want to give anything away, but I really think, yeah, probably digital recorder is probably the best. Spirit box, though, I've had some, especially when I did the Old Angel Inn episode, I had a lot of crazy stuff come through the spirit box. So, yeah. Okay, so then Rican have you thought of any new creative questions to ask the spirits?
I mean, that's one of the things that I recognize, that I tend to just ask the same questions every time because,
yeah,
I mean, what else are you supposed to ask? You want to keep your questions fairly simple and easy to answer, but you're going into a new place. It's like if you're going to somewhere new and you're meeting new people, you're going to ask the same questions. Oh, what's your name? What do you do for a living? What do you like doing on the weekends? And so when you go to all of these places, brand new place every single time, what you're going to do is ask those same questions.
Yeah.
Who are you? How long have you been here? How did you die? How many other people are here? Like you ask those same questions because you want those answers from that spot. It may be a little bit boring to people who are watching our videos, but there's not much else we can do.
Yeah.
Especially if you're going into a location with limited history of the location, or if you're questioning the history of the location, whether or not it's, become more urban legend than actual fact, it's can get a little repetitive.
Yeah, no, I agree. Because plus it gives you a good baseline. Because sometimes like my episodes are really boring because we don't get much in response back, right? But if we ask questions and we do get responses back, at least we have somewhere to go off of, right? So,
Sharon is in the house. Hello, Sharon.
Hello, Sharon. Kindred just sent me I don't know if he sent it to you too, Jason, but we have the Doof Doof Paranormal logo.
Let me see. He didn't send it to me.
So there's this one. And then there's like this one. Doof Doof. And then there's one I can feel it in my boobs.
Those are pretty good. Epic. Quick and easy, simplistic designs. Those are my favorite.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, yes. This was you'll see that one in a future episode.
Oh yeah. Come on.
That was like
wherever you are. Don't do that, Karen. Creep us out.
Oh, it was so funny. But so perfect, but so funny at the same time. Okay, Joe. That's pretty good to see you're hungry.
I do tend to, I notice now that I'm investigating on my own, I do tend to talk out to whatever may be there as if they're just hanging out with me.
Yeah.
Just treat them like they're also there hanging out. Like, what are you,
Yeah.
so how are you doing? Do you like
Yeah.
when people come over and hang out? Like, is that something you like? Like,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, it's funny because I noticed that when I walked into the Washoe, like right off the bat, I was like, "Hey guys, I'm here," like or whatever how I said it. But you kind of have to just, start asking questions.
Start talking to start telling them about yourself.
Yep. Yeah.
Maybe they'll, if there's something there, it'll get more comfortable with you.
Yeah. Cody is here. Hello, Cody.
Cody.
The flashlight. That's interesting because I recently used a flashlight. I didn't. Oops. We in the Old Angeline episode, and we had some interesting responses with the flashlight, but I'm still iffy on the flashlight because I don't know if it was just vibration that could set it off. So I'm not like 100% sold on using flashlights in investigations. But we had some cool things, but I don't know. It's kind of just like the apps or any piece of equipment because we don't really know what setting equipment off or what, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So.
And again, I think I look towards a lot of these ghost hunting pieces of equipment that are created by ghost hunters for ghost hunters, which is literally just some circuitry in a 3D printed box. I look at them as more as something to make the investigation more exciting and less that they are actual things that are going to prove something to us.
Yeah.
And because there's that little bit of distrust in the back of my head, I have a hard time spending the money to purchase those things for my investigations because they sell them for a ridiculous amount of money. Again, when I look at something like a spirit box or a pair of vibes or something like that, like that's a location. Am I willing to like give up a location I could do right now for this thing that ultimately I'm 50-50 on? Like right now, I'm not in a position to do that. I would rather take the bare bones stuff I have and go experience the location with just that stuff rather than get a cool device that lights up or spits out songs or words and not be able to go for a while because I have to save up money to go to that place.
Exactly. Yeah. I just wanted to do a shout out for Jen. She ordered a mug. Thank you. Oh my gosh, this is so cool.
Everybody loves mugs.
I mean, we're getting into
now. You're officially part of the mug club. It's a limited club. It's a small group of people.
Miss you too, Cody. So this is what Joe said about flashlights. So there is a tech thing because I've heard about that. I remember I think Joe like a while ago told me about flashlights too. So that's the thing. I'm just like really iffy. The only one I was really wanted was the Paratunes, that music box, just because it's so freaking creepy if it starts to go off. So
it is.
Yeah. So that's why I wanted it really bad. I mean, there's a lot of equipment. Like I've had my REM pods at Old Angel, and again, that was some weirdness too. So
Rican and Karen both said cat balls. I like the cat balls because they're cheap, small, and they do exactly what you need them to do. To tell you when they move, they light up, and that's perfect. And Cody said, all you need is a recorder and a camera. Absolutely. If you have the money and the interest to get all this gear and all these bells and whistles, do it. If that's something you're passionate about and this is something you want to do and those are the tools you like, nobody's telling you not to get them. There's only preferences. I have certain preferences. Cassie has preferences. And ultimately it comes down to, like I said, do I want to spend the money on a location or do I want to spend the money on gear? I would rather get the location right now.
Yeah.
That's where I'm at.
I mean, I kind of started off with a gusto when I get an idea, I kind of run with it. So I bought a lot of my equipment like right off the bat before right off the bat. You know what I mean? So that was what I did. Now I can't justify spending because I have all like the main things. You know what I mean? There's like some fancy things I kind of want to try out, like the Eddie or the EDI or whatever it's called. But they're all sold out right now, so I can't find it. But yeah. Brent just said, I understand tech and design actually. If you could.
Understanding the tech and what it's designed to actually detect or respond to is the key to understanding if it should or could be able to detect or allow spirit communication versus just an environmental cause. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Yep. Oh, Betty's here. Hi, Betty. She's everywhere. She's awesome.
Ron says the dowsing rods are interesting. I feel like I'm experimenting with the dowsing rods. Sometimes they give me answers that are just too on the nose, and so it's like, oh, that's super weird. And right now, do I believe that I'm getting actual communication with them? I'm not sure. Do I feel like they help set a mood for me and who I'm investigating with? Yes. But I don't know. There's too many what ifs and questions when using them to be like, was it just me though, or was it just the environment, like a breeze or something, or maybe whatever? Like, there's no way to be 100% sure that those things are doing what they are meant to do, or what we believe them to do. But it's fun using them. I kind of enjoy it. I enjoy it more than I thought I would.
Yeah, the thing with the dowsing rods, I've used them twice. I used them at like last year at an event, and they didn't move for me. And I used them with you; they didn't move for me. So that's why I'm like, I just find it very interesting. I don't know.
Yeah,
dowsing rods. So, I think I missed something, or maybe not.
Brent says, we put dowsing rods in stands. We don't hold them. I feel if a spirit can move the rods, then they don't need us holding them. The only caveat to that, I would say, because that's a good idea, like putting them in stands. And if they're going to move, like, we can eliminate the human error from that scenario. But the way it's been explained to me through people who are more quote unquote in tune with their spiritual forces, that the spirits are not just grabbing the rods and like moving them, but they're using your energy through those rods to make them move. And if you remove your energy from those things, that kind of defeats the purpose. But again, we have no idea. This is all just assumptions and guesses. And that's the only reason why I would say maybe holding them is fine. But also, like, if I'm holding them and I'm getting those responses, try a test where they're on stands now and they're like perfectly even and their human contact is removed from there. And if they still do the same thing, that's interesting. If they don't do anything at all, it could be just because they're moving because of the human element, or they're moving because maybe it does need your energy through them to move. But then you're just supposing, you're guessing through that point. There's no real way that I know of to gauge whether or not you can prove specifically or like without a doubt one thing or another.
Oh yeah, I mean that's a really good point too, if you're using like all the noisy things like Rican said right here. So
yeah, and that's one of my things with like spirit boxes. I like using the spirit box for like the sensory deprivation or Estes method. But when it's just going off in a room and you're trying to like listen or whatever, like it's just so much noise and it's contaminating any EVP you may get. You can't hear the room itself. Like you're just literally relying on that device and that device alone. And it's a little rough for me. I prefer to have a nice quiet environment and to let the whatever may communicate with you in that environment do so freely and without any sort of like a interruption.
I love doing sensory depth. I recently did dual sensory depth in August with Paranormal XP, and it was like we were talking to each other. So if you guys haven't seen that episode, that was weird because I was like watching it back and I was like, holy crap. Like there was parts where like I'm like, she was saying something about being touched, or she's here, and I was felt like I was being touched. It was like insane. So I do have, but speaking about this, the spirit box, so I do have a noise gate with my Bluetooth speaker. The only thing, I didn't bring it to PAX with me because it kind of looks like a bomb. So,
Yeah.
so I just didn't bring that piece with me. So, oh, Karen, yeah.
Oh, are you now? All right.
Well, I think it'd be interesting. You kind of use it like a trigger, use it like a trigger, right?
use yourself as a trigger object. Is that what you're saying?
Like if we dress up or like play music, old timey music, like that was Karen's suggestion. I was talking to her about it, and like play like music from back in the day. Like, I've been thinking about doing that, and I never done it in an investigation. But that would have been a really cool place to try that. So
yeah, absolutely. I'm there for the music. Like I think that's a good way to like trigger activity.
Yeah.
I don't necessarily want to dress up or anything. But if y'all want to dress up like the loose women and play music at the Washoe Club, like you don't have to like, oh, it's for an investigation. Like you just go do it. It's fine. No one's gonna make fun of you. Yeah, Sharon's like loose women. Dang, girl.
But we literally dress up like hot dogs and hamburgers and tacos.
Yeah, that's true. I now I realize.
Oh my gosh.
What am I going to trigger by showing up to the Washoe Club in a hamburger suit and being like, someone talk to me?
Oh my gosh. Say cheeseburger.
Kindred says,
that's the cheeseburger.
Come on, Jason, dress like a loose woman like the rest of them. There you go.
No, that'd be pretty awesome though.
Y'all can dress up like silver barons, and I will dress like the loose woman.
Oh my god.
Think of the subscribers we will gain.
So Clifton, Caster Jason, do you think it is a spirit saying cuss words on the spirit box?
Maybe. Never know.
I've never had that happen. I don't think. Not that I can remember at least.
I've possibly heard curse words through the spirit box. One of the problems I have with the spirit box is there's been so many times people are like, oh, did you hear that? It said you should get out. I'm like, I heard like get in on the deal now. Like it sounded like something completely different. Whereas if you put faith in something like the obelisk, the word pops up. It says it and it puts it on the screen of like, it says donkey, cabin, motorized vehicle, like whatever. There's no like confusion there because there's many times where I hear something and the other person hears something completely different.
Yeah.
It gets crazy when it's clearly the same word. It never fails to like send a chill up my spine when you hear your own name come through something. Like, ooh.
I've yet to hear that, but that'd be pretty cool. That'd be pretty cool.
It's happened a couple times, and it threw me for a loop every time.
Yeah. Erica says about bacon. The obelisk does say bacon a lot, and that's why I'm like, I don't know why.
They're trying to talk to Ron all the time.
Yeah. Even before he was bacon, they just knew it was that's coming.
Right. Ron has always been bacon, Cassie. You take that back.
Yeah. Oh yeah, Ron was just talking about he has like a duster from Australia and a hat. Usually that's for Halloween, but that would be a good trigger thing to wear, I guess.
There you go.
Yeah.
Joe says, I've had something call me an a-hole through the spirit box.
Yeah.
There you go. So he knew you.
The thing too, the spirit box is a radio too, right? So it's kind of like,
and that's my thing too. Whenever I do listen to it, you can really tell when it's a radio voice. But then you have to think about like, because I've heard two different kind of thought processes. You do the spirit box and it's cycling through the stations, and the idea being one of two things. Either the spirit's going to speak to you through the white noise that comes through, or the spirit is going to choose words to come through that it needs to. If you've ever seen Transformers, the way Bumblebee kind of talks through the radio, he skips through the stations and kind of forms sentences with the words depending on who's saying what on each station. That's an idea too. There's so many different ideas of how these things work and how something can you communicate through something like the spirit box. But like nobody's like, I don't know which one's more valid. I don't know if it's either one is valid. I don't even know if this thing works or not.
Yeah.
So the idea of like when you're sitting there listening to it, especially in the Estes method, am I supposed to be like, it said buy one get one free real quick? Like, or do I just like tune that out because I'm like, no, it's just the radio. I don't need to repeat that part.
Yeah.
But what if it is the spirit being like old Bumblebee idea of like, I'm going to let certain things come through because that's what I need to say. I don't know. It's so hit or miss on whether or not we're doing things that spirits can even use. It's weird.
Yeah, that's a really good point. I never thought about in the Bumblebee aspect because you're right. Because you do hear a lot of radio, and sometimes obviously it's like completely radio, but sometimes like
it's like I know that song. That's a good. That's a good tune.
I think on the one episode, it was Old Angel Lynn. I think we heard Justin Bieber. We're like, you know what I mean? So
I didn't even know he was sick.
Yeah. So I don't know if it's Ollie, but hi Ollie. I'm not sure if I missed you before or you just joined in. That's okay, Karen. You can listen.
Karen's listening in while she does her shopping.
So nice.
She's in the future, by the way. It's Saturday afternoon for her.
Yes, it is. Yeah. Maybe depends on their spirit, on the spirit and their preference. Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah, I don't know, but we had some. I'm not giving it away, but we had some crazy things happen somewhere. You'll have to wait and find out. On 3 of our channels, I'm sure we'll be sharing that one. So, and also too,
Entity 7 says if it was the Bumblebee effect, then the spirit would have to know exactly what channel it needs to be on and predict what will be said on specific channels. But also, we don't know how time works with the undead, with the spirit world, or anything like that. Like it's one of those things where, like, since we have zero clue, absolute zero clue on how these things work, we could say whatever we want. We could have as many theories as we want. We can, because we don't know. If it was the Bumblebee effect, they would have to be able to do that. Can you say they don't? Nope. We have no idea. That's the confounding part of this entire thing we are doing. But what I can do is go into a spooky place with a camera and ask something to come say hi. And at the very least, I get to hang out in a spooky place all night. At the most, maybe it'll speak and I'll capture it somehow.
Yeah. Brent just mentioned about taking the antenna out. I'm afraid to do that because I'm afraid I'll break it. So that's why I haven't gone that route. And it's expensive to buy. So, and a lot of like paranormal equipment, I mean, probably spirit boxes are easy to find, but I'm afraid like some will be sold out and then I'm just out a spirit box too. So,
yep.
So, because I am not techie, guys. It's so weird that I'm in this world of like editing episodes, like everything. So, all I want to do is just go do paranormal investigation. Yep. So,
film it and bring it to you guys.
Yeah.
Again, that's why for my channel, Cemetery Road Investigations, like, it's literally the only thing I'm promising is you get to experience going into a supposedly haunted house with me. I'm not going to I'm not promising you're going to connect with spirits. I'm not promising you're going to see stuff being thrown across a room. I'm not like, it may just be like us hanging out in a creepy place all night. That's it. That's all I promise. I'm promising as close to that experience as I can. Me, you, spooky place. Let's see what happens. Because I don't want people to be all like, oh, I didn't see like a ghost. I'm like, well, neither did I, bro. So like, we're in the same boat, but wasn't that place cool? Like,
yeah.
Like, let's just have some fun, guys.
Yeah. Like when Reese and I go in to investigate like locations where like sometimes this might be a history episode because like, we go to a lot of areas that are like well known for like the War of 1812. So we go in kind of being optimistic, saying like, okay, maybe we'll catch some paranormal, or this might just be a history episode for people to watch. Yeah, it's not going to have like all the crazy stuff like you said, but I don't know. That's kind of I go in and sometimes, but I mean, well, I think you guys will be spoiled with our Virginia City episodes. Just saying.
Yeah.
So it was
Laws
pretty
from Mom
crazy.
says, investigator, touch the REM pod. Spirit, what the F is a REM pod?
I
That's
know.
why you have to train yourself to explain the things you are using in the most simplest fashions possible. Like there's a box right there. If you touch that box, or if you touch the thing sticking out of the box, it will make a noise. Or if you talk directly into the thing that's in my hand, like I may be able to hear you. Stuff like that. You have to kind of train your mind. Like if you are expecting to communicate with somebody or something from the 1800s or whatever, you have to speak as simply as possible because you don't want to confuse them. Because you don't know if they're just kind of like stuck in a time vortex, if you will. Like you don't know if they're paused in a specific time or if they've been here for 200 years and they're like, yeah, I know what a car is, bro. I see them outside the window all the time. Like I figured this stuff out. You just have to keep it simple. That's my thought process on it.
Yeah. I have a thought, but I want to say I'm very sorry for your loss, Harley. But
yeah, sorry, bro.
Yeah. But see you. Thank you for joining. It's awesome because he's been awesome. He has a small channel that's growing, guys. So I did link his app or his channel in my community tab if you want to go check him out. But yeah, like that's why like you'll see, I think in this episode too, I kind of like stumble over explaining a piece of like a device because you're trying to like think the easiest way to explain that device to a spirit who probably has no clue. So I usually sound like an idiot half the time when I'm trying to, that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to like dumb it down, but my brain's not like working out.
DJ Bombshell says, this is one of the reasons I watch investigators I trust because I learn things. I'm glad. I'm learning things every time I go out.
Yeah.
Miss Ollie J says, I'm good with that, Jason. I would hope that is what all would do. We want real stuff, not fake stuff. We know getting too much evidence is most likely faked because they don't have enough energy for that. Listen, if you're going and getting ridiculous amounts of evidence, like interaction, every place you go, that's when I start thinking something's not right.
Yeah, definitely. Especially when things move very fast.
Yeah.
Thank you, Tanya, for sharing his link. Yeah, so I'm going to be doing some work with him, hopefully in the probably in the new year, just because I don't have the time. This already so booked up.
Well, that's one of the good things is we have so much content for the rest of the year that now we're all like really focused on what the first 6 months of next year is going to look like.
Yeah, which is going to be freaking epic. I'm like, it's just funny because I'm hitting all my bucket list locations coming up in the next like now to 6 months. I'm like, what will I have for the future? But I mean, literally, there's so many places. Yeah.
Brent says, question, does a spirit have to consciously try to use a device like a digital recorder, a REM pod, spirit box, or could it be that the device just intrinsically captures their actions or whatever? No clue. I don't know. Both, maybe. Neither, maybe. We have no idea. Paranormal investigation is spitting into the wind. Like, we just don't know what we're doing. We don't know if what we are doing is causing things that we would like. We don't know if we're communicating with something or if something's communicating with us. It's literally just take everything you have, throw it at the wall, see what sticks. And even when it does, you don't know why it's sticking. Like that's the thing about paranormal investigation.
Yeah.
But we're having fun doing that, so we're going to keep doing that. We'll deal with it. Rican has a question. Do you ever listen to your EVPs backwards? I have not. That's an interesting idea. I may have to start doing that.
How would you do that? Unless you put it into like a editing program.
Yeah, you just throw it into the editor and reverse the clip.
See, this is why me and tech don't work, or not. Like I'm slowly learning, guys. I'm slowly.
Learning. Yeah, pretty much most editing softwares will allow you to reverse a clip. Like if you just here's where your EVP is, you clip that out, you make a copy of it, and then there should be like a reverse option there.
Oh, that actually, I reverse video, so obviously I could reverse audio. Kindred did mention about Paranormal XP got to collab with Selena Spooky Boo. I don't know if you guys, but she's huge on TikTok and has a paranormal channel. But I don't know when their collab is going to be.
Neat.
I don't know. So Joe's never had any luck with reverse. So, yeah. Oh, okay. Rican said that Pi Negri did it. It made sense. So that's really interesting.
Miss Sullivan J says, I'd like to see someone investigate a place, get some activity, and then go back often and create a relationship with the spirit and ask them questions instead of just one night or two and gone. That would be great if you have access to a place for free would be best. But for like places that charge you like $500 for a night or $500 for 7 hours or something like that, it's just not financially possible for us just doing our thing on YouTube with a couple thousand subscribers.
Yeah. I mean, the cheapest, like the place I've been to the most was the Screen Tunnels, and that's still, I don't really know if it's really that haunted. You know what I mean? So, and that was free. That was I've been there like 5 times now, 5 or 4 times investigating. So, but yeah, I know Ron still hasn't gone to Screen Tunnels. Did you go as a kid though? Teenager? Yeah, because like, so the Screen Tunnels, guys, it's like a hangout and it's like an urban legend place, basically. I never went as a teenager. I didn't go until I started investigating. So, but that's true. Joe said the issue with reversing is it sounds, or even words can sound like they're different words in reverse. So,
yep,
very, very true.
Like heavy metal records when you play them in reverse.
I'm going to be back 1 second. I'm going to refresh my drink.
Okay. Well, that's crazy. That's pretty crazy. Ron went. Oh. Okay. Oh, the Cecil Hotel. That place is so dark. I only have ever really learned about it through Pi Negri talking about her investigations there, and I've listened to her podcast. So if you have to listen to her podcast, you learn all about that. That place is super, super dark. Yeah. Going into Spirits Homes with Ollie, I believe that's what Brent was referencing. But in a home, I would love to do a residential. We've done one at my parents' house, but I believe it was more just like a residual or just like a passing by, kind of like a family checking up on my parents kind of house. But I would love to go to an actual residential haunting and investigate. So
I would totally do that. I don't know if I would make it into an episode necessarily. That would just completely depend on who these people are and what they would like or whatever. I've never done that, nor have been asked to do that ever.
Yeah.
Despite what some people have said.
Oh. Yeah, no, I've only like this to my parents' house, but I think that was just because my mom had like different things happen there. I was more curious, but I just really think it was just people popping in and out. I don't really think that's like my house. I've never investigated my house. Just because I have kids and I don't want to open things up, because I do say that can happen if you investigate your house. And I just, with all my kids around, I don't really want to do that. I've only ever used the spirit box. I tested out sensory depth just for the very first time. And I did have something weird come through right away. I don't know if I ever told you, Jason, but it said, we want you to believe, that sentence through sensory depth.
Well, there you go.
And I was like, okay. And that was the last time I ever did that in my house. So
You're like, done.
yeah. So, I mean, that was very crazy. But I've seen 2 spirits in my house, but I don't think my house is haunted. I think it's just people pass through.
Yeah, I would never investigate my own home just because I'm paranoid.
Yeah.
DJ Bombshell says, Jason, you can do my house. Do you have a haunted house? Because nope, I wouldn't. I would not live in a haunted house. I don't think so. I'd be too on edge.
I think so too, because I was like thinking about that because like at Washoe or like in Mackey's, like I wouldn't want to know around a corner I might just see something like, you know, constantly like that or hear things.
So my mom grew up in a house that she says was haunted.
Yeah.
She said there was a shadow figure that would appear in the hallway as she was going to her room, almost like every once in a while. This shadow figure would appear and then go through a wall. And I've been to the house. It's currently being used as a business. And I've asked the people who own it, I'm like, can I investigate here?
Yeah.
Because I went in there and I was told by the like shopkeepers and stuff, they're like, oh yeah, this place, we have people who have seen things and heard things and blah, blah, blah. And they know nothing about my mom's experiences when it was a normal house. So obviously something has continued to happen. And I asked them if I could investigate there, and they were like, no, we don't want people thinking our business is haunted. Like it wouldn't look good. And I was like, but what if I just didn't say where it was? Like it just, like, what if I didn't even film it? Can I just come investigate and I won't say a word? Because to investigate the place where my own mother grew up and saw spirits that's like bucket list number 1.
Oh yeah. That would be really, really cool. So Cynthia, the Purgatory of Paranormal, she just joined in. Hello. That would be freaking epic though to do that. Ron actually stayed at Airbnb when he was working up in Kingston, Ontario. That was haunted. I went to look it up and it's not anything now. It's not an Airbnb because I would have 100% went there and investigated. They would have had a radio that turned on full blast with the guys that were all sleeping. They all came out of the rooms at the same time. And then Ron saw a small person beside his bed wake him up. And then he went to go punch the spirit thing beside his bed. And so I would be so over that. But you can't. So. See ya, Brent. Thanks for stopping in.
Good night.
Whiskey. That's the thing. If I drink, I get sleepy. Except if we're like wired with adrenaline.
If I'm not doing something, I will. Yeah, I'll start getting super tired.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like the event on the Friday, I definitely was not.
What are you trying to say?
I've only seen a shadow once in my house. My screen scared it away though. Yeah. I've seen like maybe like a shadow once or twice that kind of was unexplainable. But definitely I don't know if I've already said this story to people or if you guys heard this, but I had a lady I was in my room sleeping. And I woke up and then I looked at the corner of my closet, like my bedroom, and there was like a lady with a hood on. And she kind of like looked at me, then turned her head and like floated into my closet. But I know I was awake when that happened because my heart started racing after I woke up. So that was like really crazy. And that was like probably about, I don't know if I was investigating yet or if that was like, or if I was like just started investigating when that happened. And then the second time was probably like 6 to 8 months ago. I had a boy or a small teenager, blonde, scruffy face beside my bed. Too. So that was it. That was pretty freaky.
Yeah, that'll do it.
Yeah. And our back door
says hello from Wisconsin. Hello, sir.
Who's here? Oh, Tom Doolittle. Hello. Yay! Glad you can join. Oh, ghost cat. That'd be kind of fun. I wouldn't mind ghost animals.
Yeah, that'd be fine.
Yeah. It's just seeing like people kind of when you're in your own house, I guess. But I mean, I want to see that out in the real world. But
Yeah, exactly.
Just not in my house.
I'm off the clock, guys. Leave me alone.
Yeah, exactly. That's why I always say, I'm like, don't follow me home. I don't need anyone following. It hasn't happened yet. So at least that I know of. So I'm pretty sure those spirits just passed through. I don't think they're from an investigation or anything. So yeah. So any more questions, guys? Because we're coming up on an hour and 40 minutes already.
Yeah, let's cut it off at 2 hours. You got 20 minutes of our time left, guys. What do you want to know?
Yes, anything.
Well, not anything. Not anything. Well, calm down. Calm down a little bit.
A ghost cat would probably not. Which is interesting though, because I did have something weird happen. I mean, it could have just been nothing, but I had a mug fly out of my. I didn't see it happen, but I heard it happen. It sounded like glass shattered in my kitchen, and I went in, and there was a mug upside down on the floor in front of the stove. But that was it, and there was no one around. The kids were like, I thought it was like a disaster I was about to walk into.
But what if there's no such thing as poltergeist? It's all just a crap ton of ghost kittens everywhere. It's just ghost cats knocking crap over. That's it. That's all hauntings are.
Imagine.
Mike O of SSC says, how do you set boundaries when you investigate? What do you mean? What do you mean by boundaries? Are you talking about when we're investigating with other people? How do I set boundaries in terms of how I investigate? Be a little bit more specific. For me, I just try to be as respectful as possible. And I don't do anything that makes me uncomfortable. Like I'm not going to do a Ouija board type setup because I don't want to mess with something that could be bad. Like I'm there to communicate with whatever may be there, but I'm not going to invite possible bad things into my life. When I'm investigating with other people, I just want to set like basic ground rules before we start. Like, let's just be courteous to each other. Let's be quiet. Let's try not to contaminate each other's stuff when we're doing it. Like we understand we're all together. So like, let's be mindful of like letting other people have the floor, if you will. Like we're not there to be the center of attention. Like let's work together, that kind of stuff.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, for me, in the sense of like the spirits, I always will go in. Like I didn't say announce myself, you know what I mean? But then when I'm leaving is when really I just kind of like say out loud, like, you guys stay here.
Don't follow me home. Come with us. Yeah. Thanks so that's for having us here.
Yeah.
We're going to leave, but you have to stay here.
Yeah, that's basically what I do. Because I just using your voice, like your words and your intentions, like say your intentions, I think is really important. But that's usually just what I do. But the Ouija board too, I don't know how to use it properly. And that's like, and I mean, I understand like a lot of people say like you're using a spirit box is kind of like a Ouija board, but like I just think the Ouija board, I'm not 100% comfortable using it because I don't know how to use it properly. So, but
DJ Bombshell getting naughty this evening, saying, "Jason, boxers or thongs?" Neither.
I had a feeling you were going to say that.
I'll keep you guessing.
Oh my gosh, yes, ghost cats. You don't have to clean up after them.
Right?
Yeah, those darn animals. I'm just kidding. I love my dogs and cats. Oh, my dog just snored.
I heard that. Did you hear that?
That's my big dog.
I was super tired. I didn't sleep well last night. So at like lunchtime, I had my lunch and then I laid down on the couch and my big dog, he's like, "Oh, love me." Like, and I'm like, "No, just like lay down and we're good." So he laid like literally on my legs, this big dog, and he was so warm. And I'm like, "Oh, that's nice." And then one of my dogs laid up like right next to my head on my neck. And the other one like laid right on my side. And I was like, well, I'm here. I'm done. This is where I'm staying. I took a super hard 2-hour nap.
Wow.
Which I had stuff to do. Like that was not a great idea. But man, I was just like all snuggled up with them, and I was just like, "Yep, I'm just gonna. I'm here. I'm here for a while."
I wish I could, like, our dogs, they move around too much. There's no way I could just sleep, like, with them. Oh, Ron's, like, not sleeping. But yeah, actually, you probably hear Toby. She's, like, 100% snoring. But she's huge because she's a noof. But, like, if she's in her bed, there's no way we're just going to sleep properly because she just moves around too much. And she snores really loud. So.
Yep.
Yeah, our little dog, though, she actually decently sleeps, but she's a lap dog. Like, literally, that's what she was made for, or bred for, made for. Yeah. Ron's wide awake. Yes, he is right behind me.
Puppy puddle with Jason in the middle, pretty much.
Yeah. Murder Panthers. Speaking of murder, not Panthers, I was at.
Speaking of murder.
I was just thinking murder ducks, but like Canadian geese. Mm-hmm. I was somewhere, and I'm trying to think of where the heck I was. Where was I? Oh, I was at the zoo with at work. I took my clients to the zoo. There was hundreds of Canadian geese by the water, and I was like, "This is like a murder waiting to happen." So I just like was like pushing the client in their wheelchair, like by them. I'm like, "Okay, no eye contact."
I've never heard them referred to as murder ducks, but I love it.
Yeah, they're deadly. They can attack. And like one looked like it was standing guard. Like there were a group of three actually.
One had a knife. It was crazy.
It was crazy. There was way too. It was like I've never seen that many in one area before. So
they were waiting for you.
Yeah, literally. Geese, yes. Yeah, Canadian geese are, I think, more vicious. I don't know, the normal geese. Which is weird.
So I know we said like in 2 weeks we will release another set of episodes for the Washoe Club, episode 2, where you see all 3 teams joining forces into the Voltron that is Doof Doof Paranormal. But I probably won't be able to do any live streams because I'll be traveling, which is unfortunate. But I may do something. But make sure to follow me on Instagram if you can, because I plan on documenting my trip as much as possible, keeping you guys in the loop of cool things that I'm doing, what I'm seeing, all that kind of stuff. I would appreciate that a ton. Also, if you're not already a subscriber, subscribe to the YouTube channel, because I'm going to try and do that as well under the community tab over there. But live streams probably won't happen because I don't want to tell my friends who I'm traveling with, who I see once a year, be like, "Hey guys, I'm going to boogie out for like an hour." But maybe when I'm visiting Cassie in a few weeks, we can sit down in the same room and do like a quick live stream. That would be pretty cool. So all of that to say, make sure you're following Cemetery Road and Weeping Willow on Instagram, on YouTube, so that you don't miss when we do stuff. Because while we try and keep some sort of a schedule, sometimes we just be random and we're just like, I'm not doing anything. You doing nothing? All right, well, let's just go live. Let's
exactly. Yeah. What day were you thinking? Like, it will be like on your Wednesday evenings, like in 2 weeks ish, or you don't know yet?
I have no idea.
Okay. Yeah. I'm just curious. Yeah, because
like the 19th.
Okay.
Is that what you're asking?
Yeah.
I mean, I could probably do something from the road. I will. Well, that is on my schedule. That's a road day. I will be driving, but can easily pull over for an hour and do a live stream from wherever the hell I am.
Or I just meant like your episode. Like, are you releasing?
Yes, it will release. I just won't have like a live stream connected to it, most likely.
Oh, okay.
Maybe. I don't know. It's a drive day, so it's a possibility.
Okay. I was just curious. This is why I want people to know when your next episode will be for that.
It will, again, so today is the 7th of October. On the 12th of October, I will release a cemetery video. On the 19th, I have scheduled to release Washoe Club Part 2. That is a drive day for me, so I'll probably do a live stream afterwards from Falcor, like the olden days. And then the next, the 26th will be a cemetery video, and then I have a solo investigation that I'll probably release on Halloween night for you guys. Awesome. To do something cool for y'all. Whether or not that eventually just becomes a live stream night late at night after the kids are passed out from a sugar coma, you never know.
That'd be awesome. Yeah, my guys will be always on Thursdays, every other Thursday. So except for the 27th is Ron's birthday, but also someone else's birthday is the 27th. So
it's my birthday.
It's Jason's birthday. I think it's so weird that Ron and Jason's birthday is on the 27th.
That's right.
But
my birthday's coming up. What are y'all getting me? What y'all can pull your money together and buy me something real nice, I bet. Maybe a pizza.
Well,
I like Hawaiian. Pineapple does go on pizza. I don't care. I'll fight y'all.
That's Ron's favorite toppings. He always gets pineapple and hot peppers.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I just had a pineapple jalapeno pizza last week. It was pretty good.
Oh, so actually, no, never mind. The 27th won't be a release date because mine's on 20th. 20th and the 3rd. I was like thinking sorry. So I won't have an episode on your birthday.
That's okay. I'm going to be busy, I think.
Yeah.
I have no idea what I'm doing on my birthday, but I'll most likely not be online by myself in my office. I would hope.
Yeah, so the 20th, guys, like for my episode. So basically like the day after Jason's premiere. So part 2 will be on the 20th. The 3rd will be November 3rd will be part 3. So
Joe's comment.
No, I don't see Joe's comment. Oh, because it's delays. I can't see. Oh, right here.
My inner Italian wants to give you cement shoes and driving lessons for pineapple on pizza. I don't care, bro.
I'm not big on pineapple on pizza. So
my favorite 2 types of pizzas: something with all the meat, and Hawaiian. That's my thing.
Yeah,
I will not apologize.
I like green olives and mushrooms and not pineapple, pepperoni. That's my favorite pizza.
Me and Ron will share a pizza. You can have all that.
100%.
Though my kids have all like pineapple though.
No.
So no.
Boom.
So you get to meet all our children, Jason.
I know, all 17 and a quarter children. We got one really short one. Don't ask. How many do you have? 5?
5, yeah.
You know how that happens, right? You just need to calm down.
You know how many jokes we've had about that forever and ever?
Well, that's what you get for having 5 of them.
I know, but we're done. We're officially done. We've been done for a while.
3. I stopped at 3 and then inherited one.
Yeah. Oh, 4.
The bacon bits. DJ Bombshell. Yes. The bacon bits.
Oh,
absolutely.
That's so funny.
That's going to stick with me for a while now. Grilled shrimp pizza. Ooh.
I can't do seafood.
Seafood?
You don't do seafood?
No, but Ron does. So I think it's
shrimp.
like you guys get along. I mean, you do get along.
I don't eat a ton of seafood, but man, you give me some all-you-can-eat shrimp. I'm done.
Oh. What about sushi?
Sushi? Do you like sushi?
Oh, yeah.
Love sushi.
He loves sushi. He'll just get sushi from the grocery store.
We got a sushi place that they deliver to you by robot.
Listen, my local grocery store, they do fresh made sushi. They got a sushi guy that's in there, and he's just like making the sushis and all that kind of stuff. And it's a step above what you would normally expect from like a grocery store. So it's not as good as what you would get from like going to a legit sushi restaurant, but it's really good. But it's kind of spendy. It's like $11 to $15 a roll. You know, you get like 2 rolls. It's a good amount, but Yeah, I appreciate it, but we also have a sushi place in our town that is pretty dang legit. So you have your
Yeah.
choices of like quick and easy and surprisingly good and like legit sushi place. So
Yeah.
not bad.
Sushi. Oh, okay.
Yeah. I don't know if we have any sushi places in Fort Erie where we are,
Yeah,
but
we do.
we do?
Yugi-Con.
Okay, well, I didn't know that. There's a place here,
All you can eat too.
but
Me and Ron will go.
yeah. And I'll just go to like, where is it? Oh, yeah, there is a sushi place. Duh. I'll just go to A&W.
Y'all can argue. Like Cassie will be like, "He was my friend first," and Ron's like, "I don't care.
Not anymore.
We're going to sushi."
Oh, gosh.
We got about 5 minutes left, guys.
Yeah.
Thank you for hanging out with us in this, like, as usual in a live stream. We're just kind of all over the place, but that's what makes it fun because I think
Yeah.
when we create this type of environment, this type of community where we can all just hang out and have fun and just relax, I love that so much. This is my kind of place.
I totally agree.
Miss Ollie J says, "I don't eat raw meat. I don't care what kind it is. My uncle gave me very expensive steak. It was seared but raw in the middle, so I microwaved it until it was not pink in the middle." Listen, I'm never going to sit there and tell anybody like, "Ooh, you like this? I don't like you anymore. I think you're not like whatever." Eat what you want. Eat what you want. Do what you want. As long as you're not hurting somebody else, like, just be happy. I try to promote happiness. Do what you want and be happy. We have a very small time on this earth, and I don't want to waste it being in a negative mindset all the time. So I don't understand people who are like, "I watch every episode just so I can complain about what you do." It's like, wow, that's a lot of wasted time. Not only is it wasted because you could have been doing something for you, but also just to be negative, like, dude, like, why? Like, you're wasting so much of your time and self to do that kind of thing. That's why I'm glad our communities that we've been able to build with our channels have all been super positive and supportive. And for generally, when they are not, those people go away pretty quickly.
Yes, they do. And fast.
Entity 7 Paranormal, Mr. Joe, says, "Just remember, a good steak does not need steak sauce." Well, I mean, what if I like steak sauce, bro?
I dip everything in barbecue sauce. I dip grilled cheese in barbecue sauce. I dip. It's really good. I don't know. Like, I have bologna sandwiches. I will like have barbecue sauce on that.
Listen, dipping a good steak into some steak sauce or some barbecue sauce, whatever, is nothing against the steak. It's just I like this thing and I'm just putting those two things together, and now I'm super, super happy. Just saying.
I used to like collect barbecue sauces. We used to go to like craft shows, and I would just buy barbecue sauce.
Me too. Barbecue sauces and hot sauces. I don't go like ridiculous with the hot sauces. I really need something that brings a little bit of the heat, but a lot of flavor. And that's kind of hot because a lot of places are just like, I just need to make it the hottest possible so that you can barely eat it. But yeah, I like collecting some condiments. I like some fancy mustards, guys.
Yeah, my sister
makes bratwurst and a fancy mustard.
My sister makes really good hot sauce. I don't know if she has any though. She makes a lot of things from scratch. She's like great.
I've made some hot sauce from scratch before. It's all right. Like, it's a good first attempt.
Yeah. Let's see.
Joe says, "I never said don't put it on there. You just don't if it just doesn't need it." Listen, nobody needs steak sauce. I just want it.
I know. I like steak sauce in particular. I'll put on like burger stew. I don't know. I don't always have it, but I love barbecue sauce. Good hot mustard. Dutch mustard is really good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there's a Dutch store that we used to always get. I don't think we've had it in a while, but
Ron says salt and pepper. That's it on my steak. Salt and pepper. I'm fine. I honestly don't eat a lot of steak.
I'm not a big steak person. It was funny. We were at Hinsdale House. We were barbecuing, and Ron bought this huge steak for him and Reese, and I'm like, I'll just have a hamburger, please.
I like me a hamburger too.
So I had a barbecue hamburger. I'm so weird. But like speaking of barbecue sauce and hamburger, it's like if I go to a restaurant, usually I'll get a hamburger that has like a whiskey or like some type of like a fancy barbecue sauce with like onions or something. So
I think one of my favorite types of hamburgers is just like a good, interesting cheese, like a pepper jack or a good Swiss or cheddar, whatever.
Yeah.
Some onion rings, some barbecue sauce, some bacon, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's my kind of burger.
Yeah. No,
and there you go. We started talking about food 2 hours in.
I know. That's always happened. Literally, usually it's a lot faster. Usually it's like the first things.
The sucky part is that right now for me, it's 11 o'clock at night. Like there's no way for me to like have a good burger at this point.
I know. Yeah. Everything closes, especially like where we are, like things close so early.
Yeah. I live in a place where everything closes around 9 o'clock. You're done.
Yeah.
Lame.
That's not a nice comment. I don't know. Only mods here.
That's because we have a lot of cool people.
The thing is, I made everyone mods just because I made everyone mods. So.
Listen, that little blue wrench means this person is cool.
Pretty much. I did that and I just started doing it. So no one's left out.
I have a lot of mods too.
Yeah. See, Mexican food is not good. I actually like Mexican food. I mean, it's not like taco salad. I can eat a taco salad every single day, but it's not actually like probably.
Mexican food, yeah, it's not like my go-to. I don't specifically choose to go to Mexican food. If the people I'm with is like, we want to do Mexican, sure, why not? I'm good with that. I'm not going to complain about it. But if I'm by myself, rarely ever am I going to be like Mexican food. I'm more like burgers and fries kind of guy, or pizza, chicken wings. Like I'm pretty basic when it comes to cuisine. I love some Greek food. Love me some Greek food. Love me some German food. But yeah, those are my go-tos.
I used to only eat chicken fingers for the longest time because I was afraid to change my change what I want to eat. And as I get older, I'm like to burgers now. I have to go to restaurants and actually think about like the outside the box sometimes.
I have in the last, I would say 10 years, really tried to experiment more with my eating in terms of like when I go out and stuff, because I will get in that mood where I'm just like, where's the hamburger? Where's the cheeseburger? Like I'm just going to stick with what I know. Like I've tried to really set out to look at the menu and find something new and interesting to eat. So but I'm not going to poo-poo the person who's just like orders the same thing every time. Like stick with what works. I get it totally. But like when I'm traveling and stuff, I like to go to local places and not just like, where's the McDonald's? Where's the thing that's comfortable? Like, like I will go to Jim Bob Suey Piggy barbecue that just has like one location in a shack behind the mini mall. Sure, why not? Let's try that out. Absolutely more adventurous than I used to be.
Actually, we went to a concert on Wednesday night, and we went to out for dinner before, and I literally had like, okay, I need to try something different. So I ended up getting a chicken sandwich. But it was grilled chicken with like a white sauce with like provolone cheese. It was really, really good.
Nice.
So
Kasara asked if I like India food. Not necessarily. Like, it's not that I don't like it, but it's not my go-to.
Yeah, my sister lived in England for a while, or for a year, I think, and so she learned how to actually cook Indian food when she lived in England, and so she makes really good curry, but it's not something either I would go for. So yeah, because she was in Stoke-on-Trent is where she lived, I believe. Yeah, and she played rugby because she did exchange program with the university. So she was actually played rugby on a British rugby team. So she's crazy. She's a beast. I used to run away from her because she would tackle me. Literally.
DJ Bombshell says Thai food, duck fried rice. Thai food, Chinese food, that kind of stuff. I enjoy it. Like I've actually over the past year, I've been craving some really good Chinese food and stuff that I have yet to shake. So all good. I like those things too.
Yeah, I love pad thai. Chicken pad thai is my favorite. So.
But that's it. I think we're
I think we're 5 minutes over because we had to talk about food. We had to end it.
I know we had to. We had to bring up food at some point.
Yeah. So, but anyways.
But this has been fun. Thank you guys again for hanging out with us on a Friday night.
Yeah. No, it's been awesome. Thanks, guys. Thanks for joining me, Jason, on my channel. So this was a first.
It has been fun.
And not a last.
Hopefully. I know we have to switch off our live streams.
Yeah. Yeah, it'll be awesome.
My channel, your channel. My channel, your channel.
Yeah, for sure. And what else was I going to say? But yeah, that's it. So make sure you guys are subscribed to Jason's channel. He'll have an episode coming out, a cemetery episode next week.
Yes.
Right? Yes. And then on the 19th, it will be a Washoe Club episode. And I'll be on the 20th.
Yep. 19th Washoe Club part 2. And then Washoe Club part 2 for Weeping Willow will be on the 20th.
Yep.
And then another cemetery episode on the 26th. Nothing for you, but it is Ron and I's birthday. So you never know. You never know. Birthday live stream or something.
Ooh.
And then after that, we will release our 3rd and final episodes Wednesday and Thursday. And then, but also on Halloween night, which is a Monday. Bleh.
I know.
I have plans to release a special episode, a special investigation episode featuring just me in the middle of nowhere. Well, not in the middle of nowhere, but at a spooky location. Just for you guys, because if there's one thing that I love is the idea that on Halloween night, people watch spooky stuff.
Yeah.
It's what I remember from my youth. You got your trick-or-treating and you got your parties and all that kind of stuff, but you want to kind of watch something spooky. Mm-hmm. So I want to contribute to that. So there'll be a special Halloween episode of Cemetery Road Investigations I'm working on.
That's pretty cool. I wish I would have had, I don't really have anything other than my Washoe episodes. So, but you guys have watched Jason's though. So that's, yeah.
Well, if it's late enough at night, maybe I'll think about doing a live stream because I really just kind of reserve Halloween night to spend with the kids and go trick-or-treating and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But you never know, stupid late live stream on Halloween night, that could be a thing.
Yeah, that'd be cool. That'd be awesome. So I just want to make sure.
Solid J says, I never watched scary movies, but I used to love dress up and hand out candy. We haven't had kids here since I was a little bit, but Halloween is still my favorite holiday. Absolutely.
Yeah, it's going to be fun. I think Ron's taking the kids out on a tractor thing. Is that happening?
Tractor.
The trailer.
He's like, what's a tractor?
Trailer. I don't have a tractor.
What a tractor?
Trailer.
Trailer. So we're going to have kids on a trailer. Sorry, I guess we're using our van, which is the beast. But
well, you have 17,000 children, so.
Well, we have a 12-passenger van, so.
I wonder why.
I wonder. But yeah, no. So that's the thing we'll be doing. I don't know if I work yet because but I don't know. But we're going to a concert actually on the 30th. So
I'm going to a concert on the 7th of November. Nope, 4th. The 4th of November.
Okay.
My second concert this year. That's unusual for me, guys. I go to a concert every 10 years.
Well, on the 30th will be our 4th concert in October. That'll be it. We'll be done. We're gonna
Sure,
go see.
right.
Yeah, well, we'll see Amigo the Devil. I don't know if anyone's, but anyways, we keep talking. But anyways, yes. So check out our videos.
If you in this live stream, I'm just going to hang out. Period.
So, but yeah, check our stuff out, guys. So,
yes, we got merch. We got channels with like Instagram accounts and like. Thanks for supporting. That's what we're trying to say. Thanks for supporting us. We appreciate you guys because, we would probably still be doing this without you guys, but because you guys are here to support us by watching our shows and sharing our shows and wearing our merch, all that kind of stuff, it just makes it that much better.
Exactly. And the fact that you guys bought so many mugs and stuff tonight, I'm like freaking blown away.
Weeping Willow Mug Club.
Yes. I should like bring mine out for the next live.
you do. And you need to do like Weeping Willow Mug Club. So every time anybody like Instagrams a photo of them drinking out of their mug, you will like retweet it or Instagram it or whatever, put it on your story. And like you could be a part of that very small group of people who have that mug.
Yeah. Yes. Also, yes, comment on this live stream after it goes up because it does help. It boosts the algorithm. It's like a whole thing.
Action with people on our channel, not just watching it, but liking it and commenting on it.
Yeah.
That tells YouTube's computer brain to be like, oh, people like this thing. Let's present it to other people.
Yeah. That's why I don't even care about the whole merch thing. I just care about people watching my stuff. Like, and yesterday's episode, or was it? Yeah, yesterday was Thursday's episode was. I'm pretty proud of it, guys. So check it out, and also watch Jason's episode. So
yeah.
But anyways,
support cool people.
Okay, guys.
I'm gonna stop talking, or else we're gonna be here forever.
I know we're gonna keep talking and talking, but yes, we're 2 hours and 11 minutes. So, okay, guys.
Might as well go to 3 hours. Let's keep it going.
Yeah, keep going.
Good night, everybody.
Okay, good night. Bye.